This week on the Rebel Gaming Club, we're going to be talking about the Atari 2600 and my memories of that. It was my first console. Alright guys, it's 1983. I'm 5 years old. During that time period, my parents fight all the time. My dad, beat up my mom.
One of these days, pow, right in the kid.
I spent a lot of time at my grandmother's. At my grandmother's lived my Uncle Rick. Uncle Rick was very important. When he was in high school, he had brain surgery. That brain surgery made it so he was 14 or 15 his whole life mentally, which meant he had all the best toys, he had the best video games for the time, he had the best laser discs, whatever it was, models, he had everything, which was exciting for me because, you know, every time I'd go there, he would have something new to show me. 5 years old, he pretty much turns me on to the Atari 2600. Uncle Rick, he had his own room. It was a trailer. My grandmother had her bedroom at one end, Uncle Rick had his at the other. What would happen is, on his door, the inside, he had, say this is your handle right here. He had like one of those latch locks. It was made out of chain. He made it himself. You put it over there so you couldn't open the door. But since it was a trailer, the door was really, really cheap. Being 5, 6 years old, I was able to squeeze through that much of an area, and the door was so cheap at the bottom that you could kind of, bend it and slip in. He'd be sleeping, so I had to do this really, really quiet. And then I'd have to turn on the TV, then fire up the Atari, or the ColecoVision, which he also had, but the Atari is what we're talking about today. Controller. This controller looks nice, feels nice. Play it for about an hour, your hand starts to cramp. This controller, nice and smooth, play for hours. You're gonna fucking hook it up with this? Go ahead. Missile Command, my favorite game on the 2600. Then you had games like Star Raider. Looks pretty great, right? Be all excited as a kid, 5 years old, and they give you this fucking thing to use. I'm 5 years old. I can't read. How am I supposed to play this? Answer is you don't. Atari 2600 had some of the best art. Let's take a look at Outlaw. Pretty much Good, Bad, the Ugly, right? You got guns, you got horses, you got all this great stuff. Then you take the game. Pop that sucker right in. This piece of shit, did it matter? No, still fun. Mountain King, probably my most memorable game. Not because I remember what it's about, probably because of the music. Remember your little guy running around, it was dark, it was black, you had a light, it was scary. Uncle Rick was great. He didn't drive, you'd call a cab, we'd go to the arcade, spend $20 each. End of story. If you like what me and my brother did,
Hola, senors! Thank you guys for watching this week's episode. Me and my brother worked real hard on this one. So if you'd like to like, comment, or subscribe, down below. Like! Comment! Thanks for watching our episode. Oh shit.